this question, we are talking about the diagram shows a Ferris wheel that moves with a constant speed and completes every rotation in 40 seconds. So that means one revolution or one rotation is going to take 40 seconds. The wheel has a radius of 12 centimeters. So that means this radius is 12 meters. And the lowest point is 2 meters above the ground. So this height is going to be 2 meters. So now for part A, so we are talking about initially a seat is at point C, is vertically below the center of the wheel, and the center of the wheel is O, then rotates in an anti-clockwise, or we can say it as a counterclockwise direction. The arrow is also shown here. So for part 1, part 1, so we need to find the height of O above the ground. So that means height of O above the ground means we need to calculate this overall height. And we know that the radius of this Ferris wheel is 12. And the distance between ground and this point C is 2. So that is the reason. So the total height of O from the ground or above the ground has to be 12 plus 2, which is nothing but 14 meters. So that is the right answer for A part 1. Next, if I talk about A part 2, so we are talking about the maximum height above the ground reached by point C. So the maximum height that we can reach it is, so this is the maximum height. So this point, so which means we just need to add another 12 to it. So it's going to be 14. So till point O, it's 14. And if I add another 12, because this is the maximum point we can reach it. So that's going to be 26 meters. And that is the right answer for A part 2. Next, if I talk about part B. So in part B, we are talking about in a revolution, C reaches points A and B. What are the same height above the ground as the center of the wheel? Okay, these are the same height as above the ground as the center of the wheel. So that means this distance or this height is also 14 meters. So write down the number of seconds taken C to first reach A, then B. So now at what time it would reach A and at what time it would reach B. So that's what we are talking about. And we know this, one revolution is going to take 40 seconds. So that means half revolution would take 20 seconds. 20 seconds is for half revolution. So if I'm starting here, so I would go to the maximum point when the time hits 20 seconds, half revolution. Now, if I talk about this point A, so this A is exactly at the midway between the C and the topmost point. So that's why we can reach A in 10 seconds. So that means when time is 10, we would be able to reach A. When time is 10 seconds, so we will be able to reach A. So similarly, so till I can reach this maximum point at 20 seconds. And from here to reach B, so it will take another 10 seconds. So in that case, I would say, so from the beginning, so it would take 30 seconds to reach point B. So when time is 30 seconds, we can reach point B. And this is the right answer for part B. Now, if I talk about part C, in part C, we are talking about the sketch below shows the graph of a function h of t for the height above the ground C, where h is measured in meters and t is measured in time, so in seconds, or where t is shown between 0 to 40. The sketch, copy the sketch and show the results of part A and B on the diagram. So now for part A and B, what we have to do is let's say I'll keep the results of part A and B here. So now the result of part A and B is here and the sketch is here. So now what we need to do is, we have the results of part A and B is here. So we need to mention these points here. So now I'm going to, we know this, at 20 seconds, it will reach the maximum height. So, and the maximum height is 26. So which means this is the maximum point of this graph. So this is going to be 26. Or we could draw it with a straight line. So that's the maximum point of a graph. So that's clearly, it has to be 26. So this point has to be 26. And we know this, this midpoint, so it would reach 26 when the time is 20. So it has to be 20 here. So then we know this, the height above the ground. So it starts from 2 meters. So this particular point has to be 2. That's what we need to mention it. And if I talk about point A and B, so my point A and B would be exactly at the height of 14 meters. So 14 has to be exactly at the middle. So something like this. So let's say this is my middle line. So this point has to be 14. And this is going to be my point A. And this would be point B. And point A occurs when time hits 10 seconds and point B occurs when time hits 30 seconds. And this is the graph which we need to plot it. And this is the right answer for this sum.